From Washington to Hollywood and right back to Wisconsin. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Connecting the dots on the stories shaping our world with smart takes, sharp humor, and plenty of personality.
I really expected more professional behavior from you.
It's news and culture without the noise.
Yeah, I'm on.
Here's Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Dude.
Welcome to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. Great to have you with us tonight on this gorgeous night in our beautiful state of Wisconsin. I am Pete Schwaba, coming to you live and in person from Northeast Wisconsin, more specifically Christmas City, USA, also known as Marinette, Wisconsin. Joining me just down the coast from Radio Park in Racine is Mr. Greg Bach. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. It's not Monday.
Well, you sure sound happy.
Well, I'm feeling good. I'm hanging out with friends. It is a nice day out, even though I guess according to my weather app, is it sprinkling? No, it's just mostly cloudy out. But yeah, I'll take that over below zero.
I'll take it too. It's a great day. It's good to be alive. It's good to be on the air. And Dom Lee is joining us from his favorite chair in Madison, Wisconsin. Hey, Dom, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It is my favorite chair, by the way. It's nice and cushiony and warm and soft. It's everything I ever wanted. So
it's not going to make you go tinkle, is it?
All right,
it's too late.
You could just said, "Hey, it's a nice chair, dude." Like, you didn't get all weird.
Just love this chair,
That was a lot of description of a chair. Hey, let's get something out of the way tonight, folks, right away. We have two great guests, but I will tell you about them. But I think first we should get to our contest, our Accelerate Your Summer multi-state Civic Media Text to Win contest. Greg, do you want to fill us in?
Absolutely. Every day we have 7 chances to win $100 and a Wisconsin Dells prize pack. And all you need to do is get out your Civic Media app, go to your favorite station, maybe WAUK, and text in the keyword when we give it to you, and it's your chance to win. Plus, every single entry gets you into a grand prize drawing for $250 in gas, $250 in groceries, and who doesn't need that in their lives? So we'll do this hour. The keyword will be good this hour, and you can enter once, only once, via the Civic Media app. If you don't have the Civic Media app, download it from wherever you get your apps. And you can call, you can text, you can listen live, and you can participate in things like the Accelerate Your Summer Text to Win multi-state contest. So without any further ado, let's get to this hour's keyword, which is rain. R-A-I-N. Like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be rain with cash. See, raining doesn't work. I'm gonna make it rain with cash when I win this prize. So the word is rain. R-A-I-N. Text that in right now via the Civic Media app. You have the rest of the hour to do that. If you missed anything, well, you're here right now, so you've missed nothing. But we'll repeat it throughout the hour just in case people do miss it. But again, the keyword is RAIN, R-A-I-N, for your chance to win $100 and a Wisconsin Dells prize pack. And finally, one last thing regarding the contest. If you get a kickback message from us saying, hey, follow us on social media, sign up for the newsletter, do that. You'll get one extra entry. You only get it once per entire contest, not every time, not every day. But again, text that in. Good luck, and here we go.
At prices like that, you can't afford not to play the Accelerate Your Summer contest, right? All right.
Well,
awesome.
I can't play.
I can't.
I still want to make a joke about that, but I'm not going to.
I know.
We have a really fun show tonight, folks. Joining us at 5:35 will be Brian Halverson. Blaine Halverson. He is a data center activist. He's going to talk to us about an upcoming event called Uniting West Wisconsin, and we will talk to Blaine. A lot of people have concerns about data centers, rightfully so. The concerns are valid, and this event sounds like they're trying to educate people and bring people together. So we'll talk about that with Blaine at 5:35 after the news. And then in hour number 2, our pal Dan Davies comes by. He is a Northeast Wisconsin-based actor. And he's a celebrity. He's a big shot. Well, he's a big shot in Northeast Wisconsin, you guys, but he's also a big shot in Africa.
Wow.
He is in the African Filmmaking Hall of Fame.
Well, okay,
or something like that. So I don't know. I honestly, God, he mentioned it last time he was here. I don't remember specifically where this particular African Acting Hall of Fame is, But we'll ask Dan about that. And we're going to ask him, this is exciting too. There was a movie shot in 1975 called The Giant Spider Invasion.
Yeah.
Bill Rebane made a film. He came here from overseas, settled in Chicago, and then he settled in northern Wisconsin and shot this movie there. And Alan Hale was in it from Gilligan's Island, and Barbara Hale, no relation. And there were a couple other people in it that are sort of well-known, but they made this film. It has a cult following. And Dan is part of a group of guys who shot new scenes for it with Bill Rebane's blessing, and they splintered them into the film. Very excited to see what they've come up with. I believe the film is done. We'll get an update from Dan. It will be playing around the state, and he's involved in a couple other projects too, including Greg. Yesterday, we had Daniel Wheeler, Danny Wheels, on the show talking about the film he's in the process of making called My Brother and Bigfoot, and Dan is in that as well. So Dan stays very busy. He's a big-time fixture on the independent film scene here in Wisconsin and in Africa. We'll get all the deets at
Quick question.
Second hour. Yeah.
Quick question. Am I the only one not making a film around this place? Like, I feel like everyone else is making movies, and I'm not the only one not making movies. Like, I feel like I need to make a movie. Should I make a movie? I'll make a movie.
Well, there's one solution for that, Greg.
Make a movie.
Point your camera at Dom and start shooting. And Dom, I think Dom's got those boyish good looks, especially with his new haircut. I think he's your leading man right there.
I think what we'll do is we'll do a Richard Linklater approach where I just film him over the course of like 4 or 5 months as his hair grows. And then the final scene is him just regretfully getting another haircut because he realizes how much he misses it, which is more of a commentary on commerce and capitalism and our own inability to let go of the past.
It's so, I mean, I know you're joking, obviously, and that would interest both of us for sure.
So I have 2 investors right now. Yes.
But Boyhood, honestly, is one of my favorite movies of all time. It was a Best Picture nominee in like 2014, 2015. And that movie was so great because the whole film, I just kept waiting for something to happen like it does in movies. But that movie is so real.
Yep.
And it captured life perfectly and growing up perfectly. What it's like for this kid. Man, that's a treasure. I love that film. And he's doing it again. I don't know if you guys know this. He's shooting a new film where it's going to take place over the course of 20 years with the same actors, much like he did in Boyhood, although that was only over, I think, 10 or 12 years.
I think 15. I think I was 15.
Was it 15? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this
I
is
just like the fact
ambitious.
that Richard Linklater came from Slacker, which I have a huge affinity for early 90s indie flicks. Like the grainy shot, like the low budgets and all that stuff. And yet he still has never, I mean, he's done some big budget movies, but he's really stuck to his own thing. And he's always doing what makes him happy. I'm like, I think the Netflix movie he did a while ago, like, yeah, whatever. But like he still is making movies that I feel like for him gets him happy about doing the job. And I just have an immense amount of respect for him as a filmmaker.
He's outstanding. And I'll tell you another thing that I like about Richard Linklater are the before midnight films. Before Midnight, Before Sunrise, After Midnight. I can't think of all the titles right now, but he makes such good, like, this is Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy talking. That's the movie, but he makes it interesting. He keeps them on the move. And then at the end of the show on the first one, which I think was Before Sunrise, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he shows a still shot of all the places they had been. They're just 2 people that meet on a train, and he convinces her to get off the train and spend the day with him because he has to catch another train. And in that interim, they do all this cool stuff. But the end of the movie shows all the places they were at. And it's like this melancholy thing that shows, look at the energy that was created by people in this space. And now look at the space without the people. Just brilliant. Great trilogy if you get a chance to check it out.
It's Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight.
Yes.
And they were released in the span of, it looks like, nearly 20 years.
With the same actors.
Yeah.
And we learned about their backstories as the films went on, and they met in places they planned to meet 6 years later, all kinds of stuff. But really good kind of, I guess I would call them romantic comedies a little bit, but mostly romantic dramas, I guess. Just really good films. Okay, so we got that out of the way. And let's, I think without further ado, fellows, we should get to our question of the night.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
What is the ideal age to live to? That is our question of the night, folks. And
That's
it is
deep.
based on this great article I read on Yahoo News. They have this new therapy. Trying to pull it up right here. Bear with me. It was on Business Insider, actually, where they have an age reversing drug. And they just injected the first ever into a human very recently. It goes in through the eye.
What?
And obviously, it goes in through the eye. So you might not even want to live that long.
Just kill me.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's the first ever reverse aging drug. And it really got me thinking, like, how long do you want to live?
No.
Forever? Then you're a vampire, and vampires just want to die. So it got me thinking, what is the perfect age to live to? That is tonight's question of the night. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let us know. You can also text us in on the app, or if you're watching the radio on the stream at YouTube, Facebook, or what we previously called Twitter and still call Twitter. Drop us a stream comment and let us know. We got some Weisenheimer answers already. I love it.
That just sounds like absolute science fiction to me. Like that kind of thing, just you're asking for some sort of mutant thing.
Right.
Like and like the drug alone is one thing. And then when you say we inject it into your eye, that's where I tap out. Like, and we'll talk more about this in the second hour. But I just feel like I think Patton Oswalt said it once. Science, it's all about shoulda and not coulda. So
yeah. And Jeff Bezos is one of the competitors for this market. There's
of course it's rich guys.
Another competitor is Sam Altman, right? Because they want to live forever because they think they deserve it. Eli Lilly. So it's interesting, but it makes me think, if they can do this, why can't they cure cancer? It seems like that almost seems easier than making people live longer and more attainable.
Well, I saw a picture the other day. It was Bill Gates, Elon Musk, guy you were just talking, Jeff Bezos, and one other billionaire. The four of them, and I just said on the comment, I said the combined total of these men right here, a slice of their personal wealth could end hunger on Earth.
Right, but
yet
they want to live longer.
They want to go to space. They want to make flying cars. And they want to make sure that you as a taxpayer can never afford a house, especially if your kids are out there like struggling. But they want to stay young. They want to stay alive forever. God knows let them have it. Let them have the earth.
And what's so weird about that, Greg, is like, if you've studied science at all, and I wasn't great in science at school, it fascinates me now. When you look at what the earth had to go through to have life, and you're focused on going to Mars or wherever it is.
Yeah.
You're not respecting what's happened already and how we're even able to exist on this planet. So it's kind of an insult to me.
I don't disagree.
It's a personal insult to me, Greg. These billionaires.
Until they offer you the drug, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm bored. I'm aboard."
Yeah, I'll take it. Hey, welcome to Nite Lite, folks. As I mentioned, we have our question of the night. What is the age? I've already lost it here. What is the perfect age to live to, in your opinion? Let us know. We'll refresh the keyword too when we come back after this very short break. We've got great guests tonight. Fun question. We're going to have a few laughs. You are here at a perfect night, a perfect Tuesday. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network.
All right, guys, we are in break.
All right. I'm going to eat a little food, and I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Does Greg know it's a 2-minute break? Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. It's Tuesday in the state of Wisconsin, and we are joined by Dom Lee, who is in Madison producing the show. We are the Yacht or Hate Triangle, and if you're watching the stream, you'll know exactly what that means. It's how we're composed, guys. It's our arrangement, and it's working. Our text to win contest is in full swing. Our Accelerate Your Summer multi-state text to win contest. This hour's keyword, which you have to send in on the Civic Media app and only on the app if you want to be eligible, is rain. RAIN, rain. So text that in and good luck. You could win big prizes. It's easy to play, and why would you not play? Honestly, guys.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's a text.
It's a text. One
You're going to do
text.
that anyway.
One word, 4 letters.
And yeah.
One syllable.
Gas, money, groceries, everything.
Yeah.
We have coming up after the news will be our new friend, Blaine Halverson. He is an activist, and he's going to join us to talk about an event called Uniting West Wisconsin, talking about data centers and concerns. And it's a big event, and he's going to tell us all about it. Then in hour number 2, we have our pal actor based in Northeast Wisconsin, Dan Davies, will join us to talk about the reboot of The Giant Spider Invasion, a film from 1975 that's just, I've seen it. It's great. It's so fun to watch. It's a cult film. They added new scenes, and I'm very excited to see what they did. Dan will be here. He's one of the guys who spearheaded that operation. So we'll talk to Dan at 6:20 tonight, and then we'll read your text after the top of the hour. So, Greg, yesterday we were talking about this game last night, the NBA Finals. And I admit, I've always been a huge basketball fan. I have not, a few years ago, I had to kind of commit to a sport because they take a lot of time. Like, you're a baseball fan, 162 games, 3-hour games. I don't have that kind of time. And obviously, I know you don't watch every game, but I made football kind of my follow because it's 16, 17 weeks, and that's it. Same with the NBA, 82 games. I've kind of fallen out of, I still like it. And if my Bulls were in the finals, I'd be watching every game probably, sadly.
Yeah.
But last night, Donald Trump, our president, attended the game, game 3 between the Knicks and the Spurs at Madison Square Garden. There was all kinds of controversy. It did not go well. He got flipped off and booed as he was going into the arena. He got booed in the. Did you see that Fox News, though, said they were cheers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, how would you? They had to pay almost $1 billion to admit they lied to their viewers every night.
Mm-hmm.
And they still are number one. I don't know what to do with that, but it's hard to believe they would come up with something like that. But he did get booed, and he didn't seem to care.
It said here, it says, I thought it was great. I mean, I thought it was amazing, actually. You mean when they had the camera on me? I thought it was very good. It was certainly amazing. It was. It was, I think, mostly cheers. It was loud and very enthusiastic. If you haven't yet seen the clip of the national anthem being sung at that game, they had clips of, like, you know, it was on the big jumbotron in the middle of the arena, showing the singer and the players and then the American flag. Then it clips to Donald Trump in the suite where he's at, and the boos are so unified and so loud that right there. 20,000 people in unison. And in New York City, to get 20,000 people to agree on one thing, that is amazing. And they were absolutely upset. And not only that, people, they're like, if he comes here and we lose, and they did. The Knicks lost last night.
Yeah,
so now
they were up 2-0. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So, yeah, it really wasn't the smartest idea, but and I don't know. I think there has to be something wrong with his brain chemistry, because he truly went there, and I think in his brain he believes that. I think he believes that they were cheering for him. He believes that people love him because he needs to be loved. He's a little boy whose dad never said "I love you," so he goes for attention, and he equates that to love. So,
yeah, you're right. He equates attention, good or bad, or publicity, should I say more accurately, with love. And this is very similar to his response that came out today. I think I saw this on NBC. But why he stormed off the other day in his interview with Kristen Welker on Meet the Press, and he got very contentious. We talked about this last night on the show too, and he stormed off and he called her a liar and all the networks, including his beloved CBS, and he stormed off. And then today he said, I was in a bad mood because of the rain.
My gosh.
Well, you're the president. You think under pressure, you'd be able to handle a little bad weather while you're inside and sheltered. But what an excuse. And do people buy that?
Yes, some people do. Of course they do. That's why he's still around. And the press does not push harder than they should. And Kristen Welker even said he's going to come back and do an interview. No, don't give it to him. Don't give him this.
Why? Right.
And also, I'm surprised because the rain for me usually puts me to sleep. I mean, if you watched the game last night, he fell asleep many times in his box. So, and the guy next to him was like laughing.
I didn't think the text win contest could do something like that.
Oh, Josh!
I had to.
Boom!
Dom with a zinger.
That is amazing, right there. I'm done talking. There you go.
No,
that's
Believe it or not, that word was picked before last night's or the events of this past weekend. But you're right. It's so bizarre. If he keeps up this behavior, he doesn't stand a chance in the election in 2028. All right.
Constitution or not, baby.
Right. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach, and joined as always by our pal Dom Lee, who is producing the show. We've got lots more to come. We're going to take a short break for news, and when we come back, Blaine Halverson will be here telling us about a really cool event that is helping us address the concerns we all have about data centers. And I say all because I think even people that are pro data centers still have concerns. So we'll talk about that after the news. Lots to come. Don't go anywhere. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network.
Are we just going to Michael McDonald all night long? I mean,
yes, that's. Yeah.
I want for the last song.
What are you thinking?
Whenever that is, Brian Boitano. I'll even tell you when to come in, Dom.
Okay.
During the talking. Think about it, guys. What would Brian Boitano do? It's such an upbeat tune, too.
I watched some clips from the Tony Awards. I don't know why I don't watch the Tony Awards. They're amazing.
Yeah. Great broadcast.
Pink and she even said in like the opening bit she did, she's like, I've never been on Broadway. How not only have you never been on Broadway, how have you not played Roxy Hart in Chicago? Like, you are designed for that role. I mean, so good.
I know it's like, I feel like I haven't seen any of the shows, so why would I tune in? But frankly, I haven't seen a lot of the the best pictures I've seen, but there's so many other things I haven't seen. It's the broadcast that's exciting, whether it's a monologue or performances or whatever. And the Tonys crush it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's wonderful. All right, we got Blaine Halverson in the
All
house.
right.
Dom, you there?
Oh, sorry. Hi.
Okay?
Oh man, sorry.
Hey, Blaine.
Sorry about that.
Hi, Blaine.
Blaine.
Oh, we're on break right now?
Yeah,
we're on break.
We're on break right now. We come back in about 3.5 minutes.
Yep.
We are still
welcome to the show.
FCC compliant.
Yeah, we are
Hey,
still
can I
FCC.
Can I give you guys a web address?
Absolutely.
Sure.
You want to post it? So
We can put. We mean to put in like our show notes.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Uniting West Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
.glnu.org.
Okay.
GLMU.
There's a petition that we're going to start having people sign. We put it online today when we did a press release. So
Cool. Well, we'll make sure we ask about that as well. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll start. We'll do the intros. We'll start with the event, or like actually the history of the group, going to the event. We can do all that good stuff. So
awesome. Good to see you again, Greg.
good to see you too, Blaine. It's just like the old show. We'll have Dom here in Madison giving you hand signals to let you know where we're at. Just make sure you keep focused on that too, because if he's doing this, you got to wrap it up because we got to do the hard breaks.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that microphone, Blaine, too. I like the Blue Yeti. It's my favorite.
Is that the redesigned Blue Yeti?
I think it is.
Nice.
It's an old one.
Ah,
never mind.
Gotcha.
I don't know how good it is because my sound on my laptop is not good.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a good idea of how good the microphone.
Well, we can hear you, so
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to live.
Excellent.
Okay.
Talk to you in a bit.
Yep.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Great to have you with us tonight on this Tuesday, folks. And a shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, who dropped us a stream comment saying, "What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday." He
What's
is like
up, Dan?
clockwork.
Yeah.
That's
What's
awesome.
up, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights 5851?
You can set your watch by Daniel's Tuesday texts as much as you can by Dom's haircut. High and
There it
tight.
is. High and tight.
Handsome as all get out. That's
There you
just
go. There you go.
that's how we do it. Welcome back. Our keyword this hour, folks, for our Accelerate Your Summer Text to Win multi-state contest is RAIN. 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 Text that in on the app and on the app only, and you make yourself eligible for our daily prize of $100 in cash and a little Wisconsin Dells prize package. And you're automatically eligible in doing that for the grand prizes of $250 in a gas card and $250 as a grocery card. And who doesn't need that? Maybe our next guest needs that. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. We can ask him. We can come out guns a-blazing. Let's get right to it. Our first guest of the evening is Blaine Halverson. He joins us to talk about a very cool event that he is behind called Uniting West Wisconsin. And I will let him explain more. Blaine, how are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm great. Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Tell us a little bit, if you would. I know you're kind of the man behind this operation with other people and this group, but how did you get there? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I mean, I'm from Menominee, and last summer we were in Colorado for vacation. In the middle of vacation, my wife was looking at news from home, and she said they're trying to put a server farm out on County Road B. And I go, "Is that like a bot farm?" I didn't have any idea what it was. And then she said data center, and all I could think of was like action movies, like there's a big, I think it's in Argyle. There's this huge data center scene that's pretty cool. And I didn't have any reason to be afraid of it. I didn't know anything about it. But as it came forward, it became clear that people were very concerned. And what was ultimately concerning is when there was massive turnout at an annexation hearing, and they just ignored the will of the people and moved right forward. And that was difficult. But since then, our mayor actually at the time in September sent out a letter to the developers saying at this time they weren't interested in a TID, and it's been in limbo since then. But we have passed an ordinance that changes our regulations and zoning for data centers. So there's some protection there, but we're still kind of in limbo. But in the meantime, where this went to, Pete, is at some point there was not a lot going on for ours. And I just said, let's get to the other communities, right? And let's talk to them about being proactive rather than reactive, instead of playing whack-a-mole like we've been having to do for all this time.
Yeah. Well, that's a very good point you bring up, because I feel like last year, 2025, was the year that the veil was taken off of all of these, because these are nationwide. There are thousands of them nationwide, and these companies have really done a good job. And I say, excuse me, good in huge bunny foo-foo air quotes right there, of walking into municipalities, putting down these NDAs and contracts and talking backdoor deals with people saying, we want to do this. Don't worry about anything else. We got that all taken care of. And then no one's aware. And then all of a sudden you've got this huge slab of concrete in the middle of what used to be a farmland. But last year, with the work that you guys have been doing and other groups in Wisconsin and across the country, we're seeing more celebrities talking about this. It really has come to be that these companies who want to build data centers now have to move a little bit more gingerly, because they're not the worst kept secret.
Right. Well, and they're kind of stuck because they're kind of forced to move more gingerly, but the momentum's turning against them, right? Because the whole thing they were doing before was trying to move this through. Like they were trying to get your city administrator, your economic development coordinator to carry the ball down to the 10-yard line before anyone found out, right? Yep. And then rush out onto this vertical playing field where you've got billion-dollar tech companies and teams of attorneys and investor-owned utilities and federal and state regulatory authorities all coming downhill at some township, right? And what chance do they have? Especially as Madison keeps taking away more and more local control.
Our guest is Blaine Halverson. He is a data center activist. He joins us tonight to talk about a really powerful sounding event. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's going to be, sounds like this is going to be a force. So tell us, Blaine, what can people expect if they attend Uniting West Wisconsin? I'm getting that right?
Yep. Yeah, okay. There's actually two elements to this. There's a Saturday night event and a Sunday event. And on Saturday night, we've got, of course, Charlie Behrens is going to be there. Yep. And this whole idea came out of a conversation he and I had back in March, where we were talking about that whack-a-mole thing and the desire to be proactive. And I said, I think West Wisconsin's the opportunity to do that right now, because people have been watching. They were worried about the Menominee situation and how it might impact them, and they saw the chaos that ensued in Beaver Dam and Port Washington, and all the hurt feelings and just the uproar, and they're just in a mood. The people around here are in a mood to be proactive. So Charlie's going to be there. We've got several people from around the state, from Caledonia, from Beaver Dam, from Port Washington, from Rock County, coming up to speak and participate as their own local folks as well. And we've got the Soren and Bo from Them Cooley Boys, which is an Eau Claire band. And they're gonna perform, and Madeline Bailey, who's from this area, is also gonna perform. And got BJ Hollers, the author, is gonna share a story. And it's gonna be, it's different than the others in the sense that the others were all, the other events that have been had around the state were in reaction to something popping up and us needing to get the word out and get people information, right? Yeah. This is an opportunity to be proactive and to frame this and say, hey, torches, villagers and torches, that isn't an energy that goes far. It's fuel that burns fast and bright. And we're strongest when we're focused on the things that we're united on and ignoring the things we're divided on to get something done. And this is, I think, since 2001, this is the single most uniting issue that I've seen. that has brought people together.
Nice.
And if people want to lend their voice to they can't make the event, but they want to lend their voice to the movement, you did put a petition up on your website. We will have that website on our show notes. Tell us more about that.
Well, that petition is for West Wisconsin, but it can be a model for others, we're hoping.
Yeah.
And what it is, basically, it's calling for transparency. It's calling for accountability. It's calling for protections and for local voice. And the specific things we're asking for is we're asking for, well, we're saying a 12-month moratorium minimum, but adopted town by town, village by village, city by city, because Madison's not helping. And then we're asking, literally calling on the West Central Wisconsin Regional Plan Commission to convene a series of public meetings and to host a shared conversation about this, and then to facilitate, develop a recommended minimum kind of common regional standard that communities can commit to adopt. So that's kind of the direction we're going with that petition. But it's something that others can do in other regions. And, we call it a region, but the whole idea of this event is to help us understand that when it comes to hyperscale development, the impacts don't stay within your city limits or your county lines, right? So it calls for a bigger definition of neighborhood, and that's what we're trying to enforce or what we're trying to put forward is the idea that we're neighbors. You could live in Hudson and you could live in Eau Claire and you're neighbors. We share an aquifer, we share a highway system, we share a power grid, all of the things that, what happens in one community affects the other.
unitingwestwisconsin.glmu.org is where the petition is, folks, just to reiterate, if you're interested and want to check that out. Blaine, what are your biggest concerns personally about data centers? For those of people who are just joining us or hearing about this event, they might not know much about data centers. What are the concerns you have, and what are the general concerns?
It's kind of hard to articulate in the sense that it's so. What really concerns me is that our state and federal government are circumventing the free market to give advantages to multi-billion-dollar and multi-trillion-dollar companies. At the same time, they are taking protections away from small communities, and that these kind of hyperscale developments are not being done in a way that are sustainable for these communities. Yeah. So they're getting all the mitigation. They're getting all the protection. They really are going in with very little risk, because if they lose $50 million, it's like a rounding error, Meanwhile, if they walk out on a TID and leave a building sitting there that's 700,000 square feet in a village or a town that can't do anything about it, they potentially bankrupt a town or a city or a village. And they're so focused on needing to be first at something. Yeah. And I don't think anyone stops to think. I haven't had anyone who can answer this question. Can you think of one example where exponential rapid growth is a positive thing?
Well, I would say that, that when I think of exponential rapid growth, I don't think of data centers. When I think of exponential rapid growth, I think of investment in communities and schools and in businesses that will allow people to get good jobs. Whereas with data centers, one of the things I always think about as a concern is the residual effect that you've talked about and we've talked with other people about, that, again, like, let's say data center is built, it's going swimmingly. It doesn't guarantee thousands of jobs to anybody in the community, but also one day, as technology shrinks and gets more and more compact and they don't need 700,000 square feet anymore, they're like, well, we're going to go. And so 25, 30 years down the road, your kids or your grandkids are going to be looking at this huge building that no one can do anything with, because no business wants to come and utilize it because they don't need it. So again, there are so, like, the rapid growth, I do not think of rapid growth when I think of data centers. I just think of a $1 billion business just throwing down concrete and saying, we're here.
I'm talking about the data centers. I'm talking about the AI industry, the level of investment they're putting into it and how fast they're trying to do it. And what I'm getting at is, and rapid growth, even in economic development, is dangerous. Like, because if you grow too fast, you can't keep up. You can't levy the taxes without it being a problem, especially in this situation. You're getting that net new construction and you have to raise the levy or you lose that opportunity. But in the meantime, the data center is not paying the taxes, they're paying into the TID, which means all that money is having to be shared by the people who are already paying taxes in the first place. And that's not being said. We already also just Prescott Balch just did some research and figured out that there actually is no net gain to almost any school district with the data center, because as you gain tax dollars, you lose equivalent dollars in state aid. So unless you're a very wealthy school district, there's no benefit to your school district.
Very well said. All right, we'll have more with our guest, Blaine Halverson. He is a data center activist, and he's going to tell us more about this cool event that he is behind in Western Wisconsin, and lots more to come. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network.
All right, guys. Well, we have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes until we go live.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Welcome back to Nite Lite. We are nearing the end of hour one here, so I would be remiss if I did not remind all of you the keyword to our Accelerate Your Summer Text to Win multi-state contest here at Civic Media. This hour's keyword, which you have to text in on the app to qualify for $100. I'd say $100. Are we giving away hockey pucks?
No, we're giving away 100 little versions of that guy from the Real World San Francisco, which is a very old reference that only I get. So
that's impressive.
Thank you very much. I have that. Oh, that's the stuff that I have up here that means I don't know math. So okay.
That was beautiful. Just for this one moment, Greg, it was spectacular. So thank you. But $100 in cash and a Wisconsin Dells prize package. This hour's keyword is RAIN, RAIN, RAIN. Text that in on the app. And good luck. Also, our question of the night is, what is the perfect age to live to? We did this because there are billionaires trying to reverse the course of time and live longer and reverse the aging process. And I guess that doesn't surprise me, but it did inspire our question of the night. What is the ideal age to live to? So text that in on the text line, over the app, or the stream. Leave us a comment on the stream. And we will read those texts after the news in hour number 2. Right now, we have a few more minutes with our pal, Blaine Halverson. He is a data center activist and organizing the event Uniting West Wisconsin. Blaine, how did Charlie Barron's, and he's a comedian and just a legend here in Wisconsin, how did he get, if you know, when did these data centers get on his radar? And, when did he become an activist? Because for a comedian, that's impressive because you can lose a few followers, although I think, the data centers I think everybody has concerns. But how did he get involved in this campaign?
Well, I remember the first time we noticed it is he posted about the Port Washington thing, when the Common Council just ignored all the people who filed in there, right? Just kind of the thing that happened in Menominee, right? And that was what got him riled up. And he went on and made a video about it, expressing some frustration. And then all of a sudden he was on the news, and then Ted Nietzsche was on the news, and then pretty soon they were having a meeting and all this kind of fun stuff. And and he just really, it's about the same kind of things with him. It's about transparency. It's about accountability. It's about local decisions. It's about not circumventing the will of the people, right? And it's a sincerely held belief by him. It's very, very earnest.
Well, and good for him. And it has to be, because like I said, you're a comedian. For him to go out on a limb like this, it's admirable.
Yeah. Now, with the support of people like Charlie Barron's, and I just saw a video recently of Brad Paisley speaking against a data center in Nashville. And that makes me ask the question here, in 2024, we weren't really talking about this a whole lot. And in 2025, as I said, it kind of became the watershed year for people to find out what's going on. What is the evolution on the conversations you're having or hearing from people who may have 6 months, a year ago said, well, I don't know, who cares? It's a data center, it's whatever, to the evolving concerns of folks that are in your part of Wisconsin or just in general at all? What are people saying?
I mean, I think it's around what can we do, right? Yeah. It really is. What can we do? And they're recognizing that if you're waiting to negotiate terms in a development agreement, you've lost. Because you're going against the best lawyers in the world and against all the money. You have an opportunity. The law allows you as a municipality or a county or a town to create rules in advance, right?
Yeah.
So we get that opportunity, and the laws really still aren't good enough. I mean, what I mean by that is, and it's not. They need less restriction on these small communities when it comes to being able to say no. They shouldn't have to. We just had a situation here where a lawyer came into one of the small communities and steamrolled them in an appeals hearing over a data center, a small little data center that they turned down, and steamrolled them, and they felt like they had to capitulate because they were so worried about being sued, and that just shouldn't be the case. If you're a small community with a small budget and a small tax base, you shouldn't be having multi-billion-dollar buildings being built in your community.
It's bullying. It's just high-priced bullying. It sounds
absolutely.
Like it. Yeah.
Blaine, we have about a minute left. In regard to the event, What are you? Is it half entertainment, half message, and half educating? What are you hoping people walk away with after they attend?
I want them to feel the connection they have about being from this place.
Yeah.
I want them to feel the connection to the place and this shared responsibility for it. And I want them to recognize that when they start to think of each other as neighbors, then all of a sudden different conversations can happen than the ones that are happening. And all of a sudden it goes beyond that. It goes beyond it goes beyond to the point where you find kind of that neighborhood voice, that corporate voice, right? That speaks together and that all of a sudden unlocks things that weren't unlocked before. We have leverage. We just need each other to do it.
That's great stuff. unitingwestwisconsin.glmu.org. The event takes place Saturday, June 13th at 6 p.m. Doors open at 5. They're going to have Charlie Barons, Madeline Bailey. Who's the guy who was at the Cooley Boys again, you said? What was that guy's name?
Soren Staff and Bojanki.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really fun event.
We have a Sunday event too that's on that page that they can see. That's a smaller,
fantastic.
kind of a more dig deep event.
Outstanding. Blaine, thanks so much for your time. Hope the event is a smash and is exactly what you hope it to be. And please, thank you for saving us from data centers, or at least trying.
I'm trying at least.
Yeah.
We appreciate your time tonight, buddy, and have a great night. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. You have about 30 seconds to get in that keyword. RAIN. RAIN is the keyword. We will come back and read your responses to our question of the night, and then welcome Dan Davies at 6:20, Northeast Wisconsin-based actor who's joining us to talk about the new iteration of the giant spider invasion. Maybe Blaine should get an event around that as well. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. We're coming right back.
All right. Thank you so much, Blaine. We appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for putting me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Of
course. Yeah. Well, you have yourself a great night.
Thanks, Blaine.
Great, Blaine.
Thanks.
Take it easy.
Bye.
All right, guys. I forgot what I was going to say, but we're coming back in 6 minutes.
I will be right back.
Okay, me too.
Alrighty.
Trying to make sense of the world? You've got Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Call our toll-free number now.
Headlines, culture, and real conversation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Here's Pete and Greg.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Thank you so much for joining us in the second hour. If you missed anything from our first hour, you can always go to civicmedia.us/shows, look for Nite Lite, download episodes, take them on the go, catch up as you will, and come on back to the live programs as we'd love to have you here. You can also always get in touch with us. You can call or text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can leave a comment on the live stream. Currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still ahead, we'll be talking to Dan Davies. He's a filmmaker discussing his remake of the cult classic, The Giant Spider Invasion from 1975. Talking about other projects he's working on. He's a friend of Pete Schwaba's, and he was in a film with last night's guest, Mr. Daniel Wheeler. So we're discussing that as well. And then, of course, we wrap things up with the nightcap. So we're going to have ourselves a good time. If you entered into the Accelerate Your Summer Text to Win multi-state contest last hour, or you missed the keyword, do not worry. You both are covered. In the 7 o'clock hour, we will have another keyword, the final keyword for the day. That will be right after the program is done. You can text that in via the Civic Media app, and then you'll be good to go. And then we start the whole thing over tomorrow. 7 more chances for you to win $100 and a Wisconsin Dells prize packet, as well as the grand prize of $250 in gas, $250 in groceries. So that's all right there for you after the show is done. Good luck. Make sure you have that Civic Media app on you. But before we get any further, let's get back to the question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question. Okay, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
All right, the question of the night, inspired by a story of not a science fiction story or a movie, but actual people getting stuff injected in their eyes to reduce aging or whatever rich people want to do. But what is the ideal age to live to? That's the question of the night. What is the ideal age to live to? Call or text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Again, you can leave a comment on the live stream. You can also get in touch via the Civic Media app that you used to participate in the Accelerate Your Summer Text to Win contest. Download that right now. You can call, you can text, you can also listen to shows live, get news. It's absolutely wonderful. But let us know your thoughts. What age is ideal to live to? And let's kick things off with Pete. He's a late 20s guy right now.
Really late 20s.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to anybody. It's dire. I think I said 120. But here's the deal with this question, because a lot of people, I think, are being funny and they're saying, ages that are not that old or even elderly. You want to be healthy. If you want to be hooked up to tubes or taking medication and barely walk for 30 years, nobody wants that. But
correct. As
a person who truly doesn't know what's on the other side, and none of us really do, I'm in no hurry to leave this world. So even if I am not as spry as I am or whatever, I say 120 if I have my health.
If you're spry, I'm a spry 120. Spry. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Dom, you are early 20s. What about you?
I would have to say, I'd probably want to stay alive as long as possible as well. But I would say...
Like immortal?
Maybe immortal, like you were saying before. A vampire, right? Even though they don't really want to live. In Hotel Transylvania, they did. So I think it just, I don't know. I would want to I want to stay alive as much as possible. Yeah, okay. I think so. I feel like I'd be super healthy even when I hit 100.
Call me when you're 31, the first day you wake up where your back just hurts for no reason. Oh, no. Revise that statement.
You guys say that a lot.
Because your body takes revenge on you. Your body reverses course really quickly on you. Oh, no. Things happen.
Let me ask you this, Tom. Do you stretch regularly or do yoga or anything?
I don't. I just kind of sit in a chair. This is why I love this chair.
Start. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
When honestly, I do yoga, I feel like I'm 14 years old again. When I wait a couple days and then it's like, oh man, I'm in my 50s. You know what I mean?
You're a former athlete, so you have a body that's used to that kind of activity. So yeah, it's good to just keep that right there.
Thank you, Greg.
I agree. Oh, both of you. You're both great. Yeah. I agree with Pete though. Like I don't want to live to 120 if my life is a misery. I don't want to live to 70 if my life is a misery. I would, if my body is still, I would say if my body is moving in proportion to the age, because in your 80s, you move a little slower. But if I'm not like miserable, then all right, cool. But I don't want to live for a long, I don't want to surpass people who like the idea of like, you're going to lose loved ones. You're not like, they're gone. And what do you do? Like, how do you like, live? That seems like a curse to me more than anything else. But
yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah, but Dom, he wants to live forever because he doesn't care about any of us.
Not true.
Care about any of us.
Care about everyone. I'm a caring guy, I think, sometimes.
Here's the deal, though. They're going to come up with some solution that could add 10 healthy years to your life if you're under the age of whatever I'm over by that day. That's what they'll do. That's what Jeff Bezos has up his sleeve.
I know he really has it out for you. Really, really
Something's
does.
going on there. I don't like it.
Well, let's talk to someone we have on the phone right now. Whistler in Richland Center has an answer for tonight's question. Whistler, what's going on, friend?
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. The question, on my dad's side, his oldest sister passed away at 101.
Mm.
On my mom's side, she had two older sisters that reached 102.
Wow.
All right. She had 8 sisters and 2 brothers. I'm 74.
You're a kid.
And I think that maybe I'm 74.
Yeah.
I was in the service in the early 70s in Vietnam era. My father was in World War II. He was part of the release of Auschwitz or whatever that concentration camp was.
Mm-hmm. Auschwitz,
anyway, his sister was a nurse in World War II, and she ended up being the head nurse at St. Luke's Hospital in Milwaukee. And she used to take all of us kids down there for the summer, during state fair. Anyway, That's beside the point. That's beside the point. In my own perspective, I'm looking south right now. I got the sun to my west. I want to live as long as I can, God willing.
Yeah.
God willing.
That's actually a great answer. You don't have to give a number. That makes total sense. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Whistler, for calling. We appreciate you reaching out. Always love hearing from you. Let's hear from other folks on the text line. Dom, what do we have on the question of the night?
Yeah, we got a few. We got Monica from Mount Horeb texting in, says the billionaires have to keep poor/younger people as they'll need to harvest organs and joints when all their original parts crap out. Wow. Okay.
I thought that when you said joints, I'm like, they're going to take their weed? Oh, never mind. Okay.
Maybe that too.
And then Monica also said about the question of the night, says no specific age, but the date you're going to run out of money or lose your faculties. A psychic told me I would live to 82. So for me, it's 82.
I would not want that information. Don't ever give you that information. Don't tell me that at all. Ever. Even if it's a hoax or hokum or they're a bad psychic. Don't tell me that.
That would scare me. Then John, right underneath that, says 82.5 or push me off a cliff. So around the 82 range is, I think, what we're kind of going with here.
But look over your shoulder anyway, John.
Exactly. Or at least voice whether if you change your mind.
Yeah. Let people know.
Exactly.
We also have Carla texting in on WMDX, says, I think I'd like to live to 70 to 72.
Jeez.
Okay.
Carla must be pretty young because that's not even the life expectancy in this country right now.
It's a little bit under the life expectancy. I think we're at like 73 for men, 75 for women. But yeah.
So it's gone down.
It's called realism. Called being realistic in this world. I see we have Ollie from the Northwoods on the phone as well. Why don't we take that call super quick? Ollie, good evening. Welcome to Nite Lite. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing okay, but you might not like what I have to say.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
A little short story to start off. When I was a teenager, we had an uncle who had cancer and came and stayed with us and lived with us for his final months of life.
Mm-hmm.
And when he passed away, I can remember us 4 girls sitting out on the front porch the day of his visitation, and we all were discussing how it was, to get old. And I said I wanted to die when I turned 35 because it was like when you turn 35, you'd be in a wheelchair on your way downhill.
I'm glad you lived past that, Ollie.
Yeah, I was going to say, spoken like a kid. Like, oh my gosh, 35, that's so old.
Yes, that was it. But as I get older, I think people should be able to die when they're ready.
Don't disagree.
When they feel ready.
I don't disagree
That's
at
fair.
all. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
right.
don't go anywhere too soon, Ollie. We like having you around.
Thank you so much for calling, Ollie. We appreciate you. All right. We got time for a few more text messages and some Facebook messages. What do we got there, Dom?
Yeah, we got Matt texting in on WCFW. Says, great reference. I got it. I think there's a reference from you, Greg. Puck from Real World. You saw the show. He totally hooked up with Rachel, a.k.a. Sec of Transportation, Sean Duffy's wife, Rachel.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely, Matt from Altoona. You were absolutely right. Yeah, and Puck is terrible, so is Rachel, and so is Sean. They're all terrible. They all deserve each other.
We got Carol from listening on WMDX says, I would like to live to at least 100. Fair enough.
To at least? Okay, Carol.
That's great.
My goodness gracious. All right, let's do a couple more text messages, then we'll head over to the Facebook page.
Yeah, we got Nick texting in from Marshall. Says 100 or more would be okay, just as long as I'm still in good health. But if I'm in my 80s and my health is going down the toilet, no thanks. Okay.
Really sparked some thoughts on
well
this.
thought out.
Matt is also texting. Also said live to 94. Very specific. Very
All right, there we go. All right, let's get one more, and then we'll move it over to Facebook.
Absolutely. We got Melissa from Willie Street texting and says, I don't know, boys, but thinking about your mortality is hard for most people. I hope when it's my time, it'll be like when my beloved dog passed. He let us know when it was time. Putting a number on it is too hard. When I go, I go.
There you go. There you go. Melissa from Willie Street being honest and, of course, bringing a dog into it, which makes me sad. Okay. All right, great. Pete, what do we got on the Facebook page?
Real quick, Mark from Prairie du Sac on the text line in the 608 says, wonderful to hear Ollie's voice. I agree with you 100%, Mark. Thank you for the text. On Facebook, we've got Dan Thine says 60. He is 60 right now, so he is fallen short of expectations. Thank you, though, Dan. Our pal Rocker Smith from Max Inc. Radio says, the moment you die. Okay.
Okay, Rocker.
Mike says it all depends on your health. Personally, I would not want to be hooked up to a machine or juiced up on drugs just to live. Yeah. Well, what if they're great drugs, Mike? I don't know. Rethink that. Teresa says 75? ? Like she doesn't know. Vince Moranto, very funny. Vince Moranto says 70, and I'm 69.
Nice.
These answers are dire. Lads.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I feel like the text line was like 80s, 100, until whenever. Facebook's like, take me now, please.
It's because they're on Facebook. They know what they're
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Dale on the live stream says, ideal age maybe 60, only a few more years. 120, buddy, no one should have to see 3. Wow, okay, 3. Okay, I'm not, that goes far there. And then Joe on the text line says, Rachel was a racist, homophobic jerk on The Real World and remains the same to this day. I'm not going to disagree with you, Joe, so there you are. But thanks, everyone, for getting in touch with us. We'll look at more of your text messages and messages on the Facebook and social media when we come back throughout the show. What is the ideal age? That is the question for the night. But when we come back, we will be talking to filmmaker Dan Davies to talk about his remake as well as a movie he's in with last night's guest, Mr. Daniel Wheeler. Danny Wheels. There you go. You are listening and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close.
All right, and we have Dan as well. Hello, Dan.
Hey, Dom. Hi, Pete. Hi, Greg.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Hello.
How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Peachy.
Can you guys see me?
We can see you.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
You are frozen, though, right now on the video.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Or if you're just doing that, it's impressive.
Let me try this.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. All right, so, Dom, you want to give him whomever wants to. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Dom.
I can give a quick rundown. This is 2 segments. First one's going to be 7.5 minutes, and the second one 14. This first one's 7.5 minutes. I will be giving time cues. And that's 3 minutes. That's 2 minutes, and that is 1 minute. When I hit 1 minute right here, that means wrap up whatever your last thought is, because we do have hard breaks. I have to get out at a certain time. All right, Dan?
Julio. Awesome.
Perfect.
It's so great to
Excellent.
be on again.
Dude, it's great to have you. And sorry about the mix-up, but I'm glad this worked out.
Oh, no worries whatsoever. Today actually worked out better than yesterday anyway, and I'm glad Daniel Wheeler was on yesterday. That was pretty cool, talking about Brother and Bigfoot. And Greg, I think I might have met you. Were you at Pete's 20th anniversary Godfather of Green Bay? Where did I meet you?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
That's a great question. I'm not sure. Now I'm going to think about this.
Not game midget wrestling or anything like that?
No. I stopped going there years ago. They kicked me out. I was like,
He went through a growth spurt, and they that happens.
But you seem very familiar in a good way.
I have a face. I'm one of those faces. All right, we got 30 seconds.
30 seconds, guys.
Sweet.
30 seconds still live. All right.
Sounds great. Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. If you want to get in touch, give a call, text. The number is the same, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on our live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still ahead, we've got the Nightcap where we wrap things up and talk about what we've learned, as well as get to some of your thoughts regarding tonight's question, which is, what is the ideal age to live to? Let us know your thoughts. You can drop, as we said, drop a comment. Get us on the text line, or hey, we've gotten calls too on this as well. So it's a thought-provoking question. But while you're doing that, let's move it on along to our second guest for the evening. He is a filmmaker talking about his new movie, as well as I'm sure we'll talk about a film he starred in with Mr. Daniel Wheeler, our guest from last night. Coming back to the show is Mr. Dan Davies. Good evening, Dan. How are you doing?
Hello, gentlemen. How is everybody?
Hey, peachy, keen, good.
Doing great,
grand.
man.
Yeah.
Great to have you.
You know, my age would be 85.
85?
Not now, but my death age would be, my goal would be 85.
Well, it must make you feel good that you could not pass for 85, Dan.
No, I don't look a day over 80.
So let's start it off with what I have here on the list here is, so there was a movie that came out in 1975 called The Giant Spider Invasion. It was a cult classic. It was a film featured on Mystery Science Theater 3000. A lot of folks who love those kind of films know exactly what we're talking about. But you're doing something with this film that, I mean, how would you classify it? Not calling it a remake or a reboot, but what are you doing with this now 50-plus-year-old film?
Yeah, a great question. We call it a reimagined reiteration. JB Thompson and myself are the executive producers behind it. Craig Knitt is also part of that team. And we approached Bill Rebane, the director, about just adding period correct footage to the film. The film is about 85 minutes or so. It stars Alan Hale from Gilligan's Island, Barbara Hale from Perry Mason. It has its own cult classic following and been on Rit Tracks, Mystery Science Theater 3000, top 50 box office in 1975. And we pitched him this idea of like redoing some scenes and adding some scenes to the film just to add more to the narrative, add to more of the campiness, add to the comedy, add to the story. And we came up with this character called Ted Tipman, who is a loser, alcoholic, cigar smoking, TV personality, typecasting, that I play. And I got up in the whole 1975 shtick. I've got a Harvey Korman toupee comb over and a 1975 mustache, and JB Thompson, we used his dad's ties from the 70s, and it really had some fun. And Bill created on the third floor of his house a 1975 television studio, which was really kind of cool. So we added in these really cool scenes to add to the narrative, and added about 9 to 11 minutes. So I guess it's a reimagined reboot, or I guess reiteration. We've shown it a few times now in Minneapolis, in Wisconsin, and we've got some upcoming screenings, which we're really super excited for. But he redirected it at the age of 89. Bill Rebane did. And that was fun, to see somebody who started off, in the 50s and worked with Cary Grant and John Wayne and all kinds of people from the 50s on. And to have him as our director was really kind of cool.
That's amazing.
That is. So Dan, let me ask you this. I watched that movie. Bill has been on this show over the phone, Bill Rebane, and really enjoyed talking to him. But what was it about the original? It is kind of campy already. I don't know if that's what he set out to do in 1975 or it's just aged that way. But what did you see when you saw the film? You're kind of the catalyst behind this. What did you see that you wanted to change?
Yeah, I did see the film actually in 1976. One of my uncles, when I was about 10, 11 years old, one of my uncles was drunk and took me to it. And I kind of knew I shouldn't have been in it. It was the Rosa Theater, inside that theater watching it because it was rated PG, rated R, because there was some nudity. And, when you're 10, 11, boing,
yeah, that spider really got your motor running, huh?
Yeah. So my Uncle Wayne basically took me to it, and which is odd because exactly 50 years later, it's going to be at that same theater amongst about half a dozen, the Rosa Theater in Waupaca, Wisconsin, on that same screen. So I get to see it 50 years almost to the day of when I went in with my uncles, which is kind of weird. But I always loved the campiness of it. And he did want it to be funny and campy. And with Alan Hale, the skipper from Gilligan's Island, was actually a good comic. He was naturally had a good, he was almost like, if you think about it, Skipper and Gilligan were like Laurel and Hardy of the 70s. And that's kind of what he kind of brought to the table. So I thought, let's amp that up with my character, but still adding some good narrative to the story. Like, how did the spiders get there? Are they from another planet, interdimension? Is there a reason behind it? And that's what we did. And Aaron Yonda from Chad Vader fame also plays my cameraman, and did an amazing job. And we got to do some improv a little bit with him. And that was super, super fun. So, but it just adds more of that campiness, more of the story. And it's a testament to Wisconsin. It's like a love letter to Wisconsin. It was filmed in the great North Woods of Wisconsin. And it's as Wisconsin is cheese, Packers, Brewers, Bucks,
all that good stuff. All right. Well, we're going to keep the conversation going on this movie and other projects that Dan Davies is up to. He is a filmmaker talking about his reimagining of the giant spider invasion. We'll talk more about that on the other side of the news break. So don't go anywhere. You are listening and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned and stay close.
All right, guys, we are in break.
Dan, we'll mention Deep State and My Brother and Bigfoot. Anything else pressing that you want to get out there more immediately?
No. And I've got a book coming out, but that's August 15. A sequel to a book that I wrote under a pseudonym called The Forest Savage. But I'd love to be on that. They're having a book pub date signing at Tardigrade's Bookshelf in Appleton, August 15. And then they're showcasing some of these videos that we're making video vignettes for the film, but maybe I could come back a little bit later for that. But the pressing is just Giant Spider Invasion at the Rogers Cinemas, My Brother and Bigfoot, Deep State, and then my nude mud wrestling career.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have time for that. Otherwise, yeah, absolutely. All right, I'll be right back, gents.
All right, great.
All right, guys,
we'll see you in a few
4
minutes.
minutes. 4
Cool.
minutes.
You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. We're so happy you're joining us this evening. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to be going into the nightcap where we wrap things up and get last-minute messages and thoughts from you, especially on our question of the night. What is the ideal age to live to? You can let us know via text, by calling, leave a comment on the live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. But we're keeping our conversation with our guest, Dan Davies, going, discussing his projects coming up. And I wanted to talk about this really quick. You said that you approached the director of the film The Giant Spider Invasion to do a reimagining, as you put it. What is a conversation like that like, where you sit down with someone who made this piece of art that is beloved by so many people and say, here's what we want to do with it as well? Was there a lot of convincing, or was he right on and saying, let's do this?
Not a lot of convincing at all, because he said, literally, when you make a film, and, you know, Pete can attest to this, you can look at a film and go, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have changed that. I wish I could have added this, and this. You always look at it as an ever evolving baby, but once in a while you want to change its diapers. So having said that, he was like, oh my God, now this gives me an opportunity to respond to what people were like, where did the spiders come from? You know, was it an intergalactic event? And now we're able to those questions through my character, Ted Tippman, the TV newscaster. So it was easy enough, because he wanted to get that across. For years and years and years, he was like, oh, shoot, I wish I could have reshot that or added this. And we came in and said, we can do it.
Wonderful. That's amazing.
And let me ask you this, Dan. He's 89, and he was fine when he was on the show. He seems very sharp and all that. But what was it like working with a guy who had that much experience? You know, he's directed other films as well. He's created camera equipment and all this kind of stuff. How was that?
It was amazing. You know, his energy level, obviously we couldn't do a 12, 14, 16-hour day, but he's still sharp as a tack. His energy level for a good portion of the day was there, but it's difficult once you start pressing 90, you know, but he works out, tries to work out every day, keeps himself. He's a big, fitness fanatic. He smokes like a chimney, but he counters that with multivitamins and herbs and all kinds of stuff. But it was great. And then just having him talk about, Cary Grant and John Wayne and John Wayne's brother, and these great and all these great experiences he had, it's just like mind-boggling. So you walk away with a PhD in old school film when you're with him. And it's very fun to listen to him because he's got amazing stories.
Were there any methods or pieces of advice that he gave you from those old days of film that will stay with you for modern filmmaking in the world of digital and all that stuff? Was there advice from, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing?
You guys were kind of coming in and out of there just for a second, but I think I got the gist of it. Yeah, we had some people that said, we like the old version, but we really like this new version. And it's starting to get, when we showed it, there were, last time it was in Platteville, Wisconsin, and we had, 11, 12-year-old kids up to 82-year-old kids. And they really enjoy these new additions to it, but they really enjoyed the humor of it. And they were laughing hysterically. And that was one of the first times, because most of the time, if I'm in a film, I'll do an intro and then pretend like I sit, and then I find the nearest bar, and then I have the film, timed. So if it's 88 minutes, I'll be in the bar for like 80 minutes, having a few drinks, and then I'll run in pretending like I'm there for the whole time, because I hate watching myself on screen. This time I was like, hell no, I'm going to watch it all and listen to the reaction. And the reaction was amazing. I was like, holy smokes. Nice. People really enjoy this film, and it's funny, and it was really heartening for me. And so having said that, it's a brand new version, but it's better. It is so much better. And it's not because I'm in it. It's just because people really enjoy it, and they just enjoy that energy and that passion and that campiness.
Nice. Well, and it's cool because the reimagining has exposed people to the original as well. I mean, they weren't going to probably find that in this day and age because they're not out there pushing it, but now they will. So I'm sure Bill is excited about that, and good for you for getting through it. Our guest is Dan Davies. He is a Northeast Wisconsin-based actor and filmmaker, and a very busy guy. Last thing about the giant spider invasion, at least for me, where can we see this? You mentioned you screened it a few times. What are some upcoming dates, or where can we find more information?
Yeah, we're super excited to be in the Rogers Cinemas. And Rogers Cinemas is in central Wisconsin, north central Wisconsin, and the UP in Michigan. And we've got upcoming premieres, special events with Bill Rebane there, with merch and Q&A and autographs. And intros and all kinds of stuff. We're going to be opening in Wapaka at the Rosa Theater, June 25th. And then we're going to be in Marshfield at the Rogers Cinema and the Stevens Point 7 Rogers Cinema from June 26th to June 28th. And they might extend it further to the 30th. So we're super excited. Those nights are Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 6:30. Each night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at respective theaters are these special events. With Bill Rebane there, I'm going to be there. We're going to have autograph merch and poster giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff and Q&As, and that's going to be fun. And then they have matinees throughout the weekend and other showings. The other showings are only $5, but even the premieres are only 10. So it's cheap, and it's a good way to just kind of meet a living legend and really enjoy yourself. It's really a good film, and it shocked the hell out of you guys, to be honest with you.
Well, you are working on other things too, and one project that you were a part of that we spoke to the director, Daniel Wheeler, was on last night, was My Brother and Bigfoot. And tell us about that experience, and tell us about about the movie and what you're excited about for it.
Sure. Daniel Wheeler he's such an amazingly talented guy. He is a polymath. He's a great musician. He's a good singer. He's a great artisan. He's a great filmmaker. He's a great writer. He's so darn creative. And on top of it, he's one of the nicest guys in the world. And I've been in his projects, and he gets me involved in his projects all the time, which I'm so thankful for. He came up with this idea, which I thought is genius, about using some of the old footage he had done years ago, and then incorporating that into a full-length feature film. We started filming a couple months ago. I play a documentarian who's kind of trying to find out the mystery behind how this guy went missing, Daniel Wheeler's character's brother. And it is going to be funny and poignant, and we're just really enjoying ourselves. And it's shot like a mockumentary, like Christopher Guest, Best in Show, and up to goes to 11, a Spinal Tap, that type of
Waiting for
humor.
Guffman.
Yeah. But it still has a heart. So we started filming that, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. We got an all-star cast and crew for that, and hopefully we can have that premiere maybe at the tail end of this year. That would be really fun.
That's awesome. Tell us again about your film, The Deep State. We talked about this during one of your visits. Where is that in production, and when will that be available to view?
So they have the proof of concept pretty close to being finalized in post-production. And that is the sequel to the award-winning film Happy Birthday. And Happy Birthday won over 50 film awards. And in that film, I play the President of the United States. But in that film, I die. So, they made a prequel.
Okay.
I ruined it. So they're making a prequel to Happy Birthday, and it's called The Deep State. And we started filming that starting like last year. And again, a talented cast and crew of Wisconsin and Midwest filmmakers, and Ezekiel Drews, and just, it was a brainchild behind it, and JB, and we've got such a great cast and crew. And again, I'm the same character, the President of the United States, and I'm kind of like a President Trump on steroids with dementia. Sort of.
Wait,
I don't know.
That was just describing me.
That was a President Trump on steroids with dementia. I don't. Okay, all right. Now I'm in.
Yeah, strike that dementia, but Trump on steroids.
There you go.
And and it's we shot that last year, and I'm excited for that. And we might be having a premiere sneak preview of that August 15. Of the proof of concept, which will be about, I think, probably when it's all said and done, it's a longer proof of concept. It's almost 30 minutes long. So, but yeah, very excited about that. And that's about, a pandemic and craziness and intrigue and political espionage and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
A lot going on.
There's a lot going. Now, we've only got a couple more minutes left together. Are there any other projects that you're working on that you're thinking about that you want to get out to the world, let them know that you're doing before we get out of here?
Very quickly, I have a book coming up August 15, it'll be at Tardigrade's Bookshelf, a book signing. And it's a sequel to A Forest Dark, and it's called A Forest Savage. And that'll be out August 15th. I'm very excited about that. That's a supernatural book that's really freaky and strange. And the A Forest Dark is available on Amazon. And we're also going to be showing video vignettes for the film as well, that August 15th. So, and then I've got a couple other projects, but I'm just so thankful to be able to work as much as I do, because it keeps me out of the bars.
Hey,
Actually,
Daniel,
it doesn't.
No, I just shoot movies in bars then.
You just know where to go for your lunch
I've
break.
done that before.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
What last night's question was, what is your favorite movie franchise? Do you have one of those? What kind of movies do you go to, and what would your favorite franchise be?
You know, the films that are consistently good, that have shocked me that they're so good, the Mission Impossible series.
Awesome.
I am blown away by the consistency of those films, and the storytelling and the action and everything about them. I'm absolutely blown away. And Tom Cruise, at whatever, he's almost 70, could still be a professional athlete. I think if he was 5 inches taller, he'd be a pro athlete. That guy just blows my mind of what he can accomplish. So yeah, Mission Impossible for sure.
Great stuff.
Absolutely.
And maybe you should do a prequel of the giant spider invasion. The baby spiders come out or something. I'm just spitballing here, guys. Feel free to jump in.
I've got a screenplay here I've been working on. That's the exact same idea. So if you guys want to just get together on a Zoom and we'll go over some beats, it'll be fine.
So we call it the baby spider invasion. Okay.
The invasion of the soon-to-be giant spiders that are now babies right now, but don't worry, they'll be bigger later. That's the full title.
That's the tagline and the title. I love that. That's awesome.
All right, Dan Davies has been our guest this evening. He is an actor and a filmmaker. Dan, where can people go to find your work, like a website or whatnot?
dandavies.org. My Wikipedia page is just under Dan Davies Actor. And if you want to add stuff to it, you can, because I'm not supposed to do that. But dandavies.org is a great way to kind of get caught up on what I'm up to. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys. God bless what you guys are doing. Just keep kicking ass and taking names.
We'll certainly try.
Break a leg with the film. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, folks, when we come back, we will be getting into the nightcap, where we talk about your messages, your thoughts on the question, as well as what we've learned tonight. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, stay close. You are listening and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. And he
do we lose him?
He darted. He pulled a full-blown Tucker.
He took a powder.
Oh, water is so good. Can you play that, Dom, really quick? Do you still have that?
I have to pull it up.
Okay.
You do it really well, though.
Thank you.
That was also really good.
Lois.
I think I like Brian's voice the best. Peter. Like, he's so condescending. Awesome.
Barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Did you see the one where he was in love with Lois?
Yeah. Oh, he's always like, for the first, like, I feel like the first like three to 5 seasons, there was a secret love affair. Or
really?
He secretly loved Lois. He just didn't. And he hated Peter. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I made that up. I don't know. That show has been around for so long.
It's a great show. Not as long as The Simpsons. Man.
Well, no.
37 years, maybe?
They came out in 1989.
I just rewatched the Simpsons movie. God,
oh, that's
so good.
They're coming out with another one, but it's not coming out until like 2028.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah. Same with the Spider-Man third movie. Sony made those are such great movies, and man, did they drop the ball on that. Like the last one came out and it was good, and they're like, all right, we're gonna come out with another one next year, and then like 6 months later, like, no, it's not coming out for like 5 years.
Prolonging it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Masters of the Universe not doing well in the theaters. I wonder why. Maybe because it's a franchise from the 1980s that
it's not well, it made 26 its first week.
Yeah, but it's like a $200 million movie. And they've been doing everything they can to force Jared Leto not to do any press. Like they do not want. I grew up on He-Man. I had the action figures. But it was a toy line that created a cartoon to advertise the toy line, and then it went away for decades. So did they think that young people like who are 30 and younger be like, I want to go see this movie that my dad's probably going to go see?
That's why the obsession and the background are such a big hit.
Yep. Absolutely.
People going to the movies. All right, guys, we have 20 seconds until the nightcap.
No, we don't. We have 16 seconds.
Now 15. Okay.
Oh, man, you're a liar. We have 13.
Right. I got to go quick here.
It's time to wind it down. Let's take a moment to look back and ask, what did we learn today? This is Nightcap with Greg and Pete.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You can always get in touch with us, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. We are officially in the Nightcap where we get to the last-minute messages, thoughts, and ideas on our question, which is what is the ideal age to live to? Or just, read your thoughts on other topics, too. We're open here at the Nightcap. Then we talk about what we learned, and then we head on out of here. So, Dom, what else do we have on the text line left over before we move on?
Yeah, we have one that's hard hitting right here. Tyler from Wisconsin Rapids texted and said, J.D. Vance loved his chair too. Maybe I'm not a big fan of my chair anymore.
See what you did there? Gross.
Love my chair. We have Matt texting in on CFW says, or Highlander style, live until you get your head cut off by Sean Connery.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. And it's funny because Matt from Altoona sent that, and then Danny Wheels got in touch with us again on the text line. So
yeah, he said, has Dom seen the movie Highlander? I actually have not. I need to see that. Living forever is not
fine.
Got to carry it on a store. Is it just fine?
It's fine. It's fun. I watched it recently. Actually, I only watched half of it. I'm like, I can't do this. This movie is just not good. It's fine.
I don't even remember it.
I know. I've been meaning to watch it, though. And then we got Chris texting in on WMDX says, I want to be a centurion and see how far I can live after that. I don't believe in retiring and sitting on a couch all day. I can never do that.
Well, wow. I can. I'm going to do that later.
I'm doing that the rest of the night.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then he also texted in saying, running water never goes stale.
Oh, I see what you did there. Try to show off, Chris.
Then we got John Murray texting in. Our John Murray from WMDX.
Our John.
Yeah, our John. We got Evening Gents. Turned 60 last November. And the way I feel now, 80 years old, scares the heck out of me. From my perspective, physically, I'm on a double black diamond hill that goes on forever. Fingers crossed for a good outcome. Oh, man.
There you go.
Fingers are being crossed, John.
Is that a golfing term?
No, that's a skiing term. Double black diamond. Okay. That's
another sport I don't know anything about.
Can I just tell you a really quick story? It'll take a friend of mine went on a date with a girl for the first time, went skiing, and he'd never skied before, and he went down a double black diamond hill, broke both his shoulders and both his legs because that is like advanced skiing. Advanced. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it, and just destroyed his body completely.
Why did she let him?
I don't. He didn't. If you knew him, you knew exactly. If you knew him, you know she had no idea because he probably said something like, "Oh, I've skied before."
Oh yeah,
I can handle that. So, and then we got one last text message left.
Yeah, we got Bridget texting and says, "I think 100 years old. As long as you feel good and you can communicate and enjoy life." That's all.
There you go. That's where I'm at. That's where my official thing is like I want to live as long as I'm comfortable and not a burden on others. So there we go. That's where I'm at.
My
Do we have
wife's
any?
mother lived to, well, she's still alive. She's about to be 89. Her grandmother lived to be 95.
Yeah.
So I will be outlived.
Wow.
Do we have any last second Facebook messages?
No, we're good. All good
All right.
on the Facebook front.
All right. Well, then I got a couple on mine here on my personal Facebook from Pete. He says, no number for as long as your quality of life is strong. My friend Jolene, not the song, but the person. She says, till my body gives out. And then our very own coworker, friend, colleague, Jenny Brand says, nothing past 80 years old. If I end up on the Today Show's Smucker segment, it's time to put me down. Wow, that's a dark turn for a decades-old segment, but okay. And then finally, Marshall says, when you can't drive yourself places, answered by a person who recently got hit by a 93-year-old man. Okay, well, Marshall, rethink your choices. But that was an interesting one, guys, because like we not only got a lot of answers, but we also got a lot of reasoning and a lot of like almost personal philosophy in that one. That was really good.
Yeah,
that was very good. Yeah. We got to get out of here in a little bit, but before we do, Pete, what did you learn tonight?
Here's what I learned, and I'll try to be as brief as possible. This aging question and when to go got me thinking about my original philosophy of life. We are lucky to be here, guys.
Yep.
In all of the sperm that were on the way to the egg, we made it. We are all winners, and our chances of being here to begin with are slimmer than winning the lottery. So kudos, enjoy every blue sky, every blade of grass. If you described Earth to someone who had never been there, it would sound like heaven. And that's where we are, and that's what I learned. That's what I was reacquainted with tonight, my old thoughts.
Well, so much for brief. Dom, what did you learn?
How do I come after that?
that was actually fantastic. It was fantastic. I love that answer. Very good. Clip it, send it to WBA, win all the awards for next year. Dom, what about you? What'd you learn?
I think I just learned that that you guys are my friends. You guys are my friends. I appreciate you guys a ton. I don't know why. I just appreciate you guys.
There you go.
It's not so much something I learned, but I appreciate you guys.
It's a very undominator thing to say, and I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy.
All right, there you go.
Great. What about you?
I learned that in a crazy world where a president can sit in a room and be booed by tens of thousands of people and say, oh, it was fine, there is still someone in this world we just talked to who described his character in a movie as a worse version of Donald Trump, even more out of his mind. So, oh boy, people, hold on to your loved ones.
The giant spider invasion.
Yeah, exactly. And go see the giant spider invasion. Check out Dan Davies' website, dandavies.org. Check out the movie. Go see it. Go support local art. Go support local creation. Especially here in Wisconsin, we got great people who create wonderful, wonderful things. So yeah, those are all the things I learned. So we got to get on out of here. But before we do that, let's say our thank yous to Tucker and to Dom, to engineering and traffic for all the work they do, making sure these microphones turn on, and to everyone who called, texted, got on the live stream, sent in a message, whatever it may be, however you communicated to us. Thank you so much for that as well. Don't forget, even though we're done here, after this, we got one more keyword in the Accelerate Your Summer Text to Win multi-state contest. So stick around for that chance to win $100 and a Wisconsin Dells prize package. And then it starts all over again tomorrow. 7 more chances throughout the week, or 7 more chances a day throughout the week. But good luck to you. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Pete, say good night to the people, would you?
Good night, Wisconsin.
She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night